Could there be a blockbuster trade for the Philadelphia Eagles this offseason? There could be. With the Eagles with 3 first-round picks, 12 draft picks, and obviously a lot of cap space, Eagles can do whatever they want to do. And it looks like Calvin Ridley, the wide receiver from the Atlanta Falcons, there could be a breakup very soon and could be trade bait this offseason. So this is definitely a player that you have to look out for. Okay, now for it being reported about Calvin Ridley, GT Bobby Thompson that covers the Atlanta Falcons says that Calvin Ridley's future with the team could be coming to an end as both sides may be looking for a fresh start. If that is the case, his market will be robust, which is interesting. On top of all this news, saying to Mike Bell at ATL says, I think so. The fact that he and the team have been so quiet and hasn't surfaced, it appears that both sides could be looking for a fresh start. The Falcons are a rebuilding team. I think they have some good pieces there. They could be looking for a quarterback in the next couple of years. I don't know how long Matt Ryan's going to be there for. So you make a trade like this. But let me tell you something. This is such a Howie Roseman trade. Now, he was a cap hit for Calvin Ridley was a cap hit for the Falcons this year, about $3.4 million. Now, I don't think it's updated yet. There's no way he could be that expensive going into next year. I don't know what the numbers are. I've tried looking for the numbers. I don't know if they're updated. I don't know what's going on. So, help me with that in the comment section below. Please help me out. But he is not a free agent until 2023. So, technically, if the Eagles do acquire him, and I think if you acquire Calvin Ridley, you're going to want to extend him, obviously. So, the Eagles need a second. I don't know what the Eagles are going to do, okay? Quez Watkins, I think, could be a really good number 3. I don't think he's a number 2. Reagor, this puts a lot of pressure on Reagor, too, to really fight for a spot next year, which, I don't think he's really earned much of anything this year. Greg Ward's going to be a free agent, so what do you do here? Okay, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, that whole thing should be done with. So what do? You need a counterpiece. You need a complementary piece for Devontae Smith. Okay, now, if you saw Devontae Smith get drafted, his draft comparison was Calvin Ridley. And even when we faced the Falcons week 1, Kyle Pitts wasn't really a factor. I mean, he only had about 30-something yards, receiving. So it wasn't really a factor. Calvin Ridley by himself in that Falcons offense couldn't really do much of anything, okay? I think Devontae Smith could do more. I think the Eagles need to do more with Devontae Smith on top of they really need that really second-level piece to complement him. And for Calvin Ridley to be really expensive, I don't think that's going to be the case if you go after a Mike Williams, a Devontae Adams, a Chris Godwin, a Michael Gallup in free agency. At this point, I think this would be your best bet. Obviously, we don't want to give up draft picks. What are they going to ask for Calvin Ridley? I really don't know. A first-round pick, I'm not really sure. There's really not much to go off of this past year because he's only played, 5 games and over 200, 260, 270 yards. Only has 2 touchdowns. And, everyone's saying he gave up on the team, which I can't, all the Atlanta Falcon fans and some of the media saying he gave up on the team, which I don't believe. I mean, if he's got some issues in his life, it is what it is. But he will definitely be he will have heavy interest. And this is really up to the Falcons and to see if they respect Calvin Ridley enough where they want to put him in a respectable place for him. But I think this would be a really good number 2 piece for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think it would be fantastic. Instead of going after Devontae Adams, obviously Devontae Adams might get franchise tagged. There's been rumors about that. So there's only a few wide receivers on the open market. But I think a trade would be much safer because then you won't have to go after a guy that's going to guarantee a lot of money. You know what I mean? Not saying Calvin Ridley will not want money, but the Eagles obviously trade for Calvin Ridley. Eagles will have him when he's I think 28 years old at that point, and could extend him and give him a bigger deal, maybe a 3-year deal, something like that. Nothing too crazy to see how he works, and then put Quez in the slot or do something different with him. So I still think you need that number 2 piece to Devontae Smith. I don't think Reagor is it. I think Quez Watkins has shown a lot this year. He has caught some really tough passes this year. He's done a good job, but I just don't know if that is a piece that is going to complement, Devontae Smith. I don't think it opens up the offense enough. Obviously the Eagles, thank God, have a run game. So we'll see what happens, but it should be interesting to see what goes on this offseason. Like I said, Eagles are going to have cap space. Eagles are going to have draft capital. I don't even see them drafting receiver in the draft. They could draft one late, maybe 5th, 6th round if they really wanted. But I think they need to go after that piece immediately. come this offseason in 2022. And I'm very excited. I think Calvin Ridley would ball out here. I've seen what he could do. And obviously, even when we played them week 1, and I understand it was week 1 of the season, when he's by himself, he can't do much of anything. When Devontae Smith is by himself, he can be productive. But I think both of these guys could be more productive together. Obviously, played at Alabama, 2 Alabama prospects, obviously. So it should be interesting to see what happens. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about Calvin Ridley coming to the Eagles. There has been rumored a blockbuster trade that could happen, and the Eagles could have a lot of interest. So that's pretty much about it. I will see you guys later. Shakes, what up, Flowers 5. Peace out, guys. Peace.